What's up, YouTube? Welcome back to the channel. My name is Josh, and I am just your average Joe day trader. It is Friday, August 22nd. The market is closed with the exception of what's running till 8 o'clock tonight, and then we will be shut down for the weekend. And what a week this has been. I can tell you honestly, like Wednesday into Thursday, literally felt like the market. I mean, I made some money in some of the day trade stocks I normally trade, but it felt like the market was just sort of sitting stagnant, kind of running, horizontal, just waiting for today's, Jerome Powell speech. But I'm going to give it up to the guy. You know that I don't like Jerome Powell, that I think he's a clown. I even created this picture in Chat GPT. And I don't like the guy because every time he tends to get up and speak or gets up in front of the podium, he causes, the sentiment of the market to literally just go the wrong direction. But today, he did not fail us. He did not fail us. No matter what everyone says about him, including me, he did not fail. At the Jackson Hole conference that he is attending this week with all the other, basically Fed chairs from other countries, he got up at the podium. The market responded very well too, and caused pretty much the entire market to go green. Now, if you know from the last video I posted, I actually bought into SQQQ, which is a stock it's just like playing options, but instead of puts, I bought SQQQ because, like today, a perfect example, like today, the stock went in the down direction while the S&P 500 went in the up direction. And so I am down, a few $100s right now. It's only going to take one crazy tweet or something, some sort of nonsense to happen to cause it to come right back up and potentially put me back into a profit. But I did buy SQQQ, 250 shares of it, to in anticipation that Fed Chair Jerome Powell was going to crash the market today. And instead, we had the absolute opposite. So during his speech, Powell said the labor market was now in a curious kind of balance, right? And this resulted from lower hiring and decreasing availability of workers. And through Trump's immigration crackdown, what he's been working on through ICE and, basically sending people back to their countries, all these different demographic changes. I mean, these are all things that potentially are causing this curious kind of balance. But the other thing is, and the thing that really set the market going today, was that during his speech, Jerome Powell did signal that the Federal Reserve was going to cut interest rates soon. Which does indicate this shift in policy. And what he implied that to is basically a weaker job growth situation and this slowing of economic activity. But he did emphasize that a careful data dependent approach should be taken rather than this specific promise for the next meeting, right? And every single time that Jerome Powell's got up in front of this, the podium, he's always said, well, we need more data to calculate and understand what's going on. We've got to do more research, look at more reporting and understand what's going on. Okay, like we've heard that all year. That's what we've heard from him. So to finally have some sort of positive sentiment from him is what literally caused the stock market to go on a rally and on a run. Matter of fact, today, the market closed with the S&P 500 up 1.52%. Look at this. The Dow Jones closed up 1.89%, and the NASDAQ closed 1.88%. And I think this 1.52% today was actually a record, if I remember correctly, up 96.74 at a 1.52%. That's big. These are big numbers right here. And I'm pretty sure we closed and had some sort of a record for the day for this month. I think potentially for this week. But you can see here, on my market chart that, we basically are totally in the green on everything we're looking at here. So a very strong, very good day for the market. If you didn't make money in the market today, then I don't know what was going on. And I'm just being totally honest, because you could have literally thrown a dart in the dark and basically hit a company that was running in an upward direction along with this market news. Every single one of the, and that's what I'm going to show you guys, every single one of the average Joe day trade lists that we just put out pretty much is in the green. I'm going to run through them with you really quickly here. Tesla up. Look at this beautiful run up, stayed and continued up. It's up in the post market right now. Nvidia, okay, same thing, up. AMD up, followed Nvidia. Palantir, nice up. Did have some, pullback here, but it's moving back up in this, post market. It's going to cut off here when it hits 8 p.m., but it's on an up. Robinhood, nice, beautiful up. Hims, nice, beautiful up. Every single stock looks identical. I could go through every single one of these with you, and for the most part, they all look the same. Rocket Labs, wow. Man, Rocket Labs. I actually last night was thinking I want to buy back into Rocket Labs. $40 a share. I could have made $5 a share on that, but I didn't. SMCI, beautiful run up. Ionic, IONQ, ran up. Okay. SMR, ran up. Okay. You guys get my point? Here's Carnival. Every single one of them ran up. Centene, run up. SoFi, oh man, SoFi, beautiful, over $25. SoFi is going to keep going. They're going to keep going, everyone. IREN, IREN, good, beautiful, up. SBET, right? So I could just keep going on and on and on. And every single one of them ran up. APLD, my favorite, beautiful. QUBT, QBTS, NVTS, BBAI, all of them ran up. And look, BBAI still got my box strategy. So going into Monday morning now, as BBI is back in my box, and it's kind of running horizontal here, but it's still living in my box from the last 2 days of day trading. So there's not really a bigger update than that the S&P 500, and let me pull that one up for you, had a really incredible day today. The entire market, an incredible day today. I mean, look at that. And really everyone, including myself, expected, even though I saw this overnight into the pre-market run up, everyone expected that Fed Chair Jerome Powell, I can't put my clown picture of him up right now because I got to take him seriously for 5 minutes or at least through the weekend. He said the right things and the market loved it. The super huge home run for me today was, and I think I shared with you all last night, Intel. I bought in last night at about $23.38, somewhere in here. It did have a little bit of a pullback in the overnight trading. And when I woke up, it was already up. And I was like, okay, let's go Intel. Because, we were waiting on news from Intel. We were waiting for them to meet with the president and be in the White House and all these things going on with it. Basically saying to us, they're going to have this 10% buy-in. Well, a little bit different news than I thought it was going to be. But in fact, the news did hit. And it's kind of weird because it had this incredible run up today with the S&P 500. It had a high today of $25.23. So very, very happy. I got in at $23.38. So I was very, very happy about that. Then post-market, when the news actually came out about, what was happening in the White House, see, U.S. government to buy about 10% stake in the chip maker. It's not that it is that that the government's buying into the company, but they're basically saying we're going to buy 9.9%. It's $8.9 billion at 20.47 cents, $20.47 a share. That's so basically they got a $4 discount to buy that much money. And what did it do when it launched? It caused it to hard drop here, right? And I was sitting up here all day, like literally like beautiful, beautiful, beautiful. And then I started to watch this happen. And then in this big candle, I dropped out. It kind of returned back 25.05 right now. Not bad at all. Not bad at all. I got out and made good money on this one today. And I'm very happy. Is it going to run Monday morning? I don't know. I don't know because they made this announcement after market close. So what's going to happen to Intel? I'm going to have to do some research and kind of see what other analysts are saying and listen to some other, folks I trade with to see maybe I just need to buy back into it where it's at now and see if it runs again. I mean, there's potential for it to go. And a lot of people are saying Intel is, a $30 to $40 stock. So I don't personally see that. But some people are assuming based on this government connection now that they will be. But that was a home run for me today. SQQQ, not so much. Not so much because, like I said, it went in the opposite direction. So anytime the S&P 500 is running, and I got in somewhere in here, bought my shares, and it did actually pay dividends right there. But I was like, I'm not going to sell out because this thing's going to continue to go. And it didn't. With the market and everything going positive, it ran down. So really all I need right now is one tweet, one X comment, one bad social media post, one anything about Donald Trump, the White House, the administration, all the stuff going on with the US, deportations, all that. I just need one bad one and it'll rocket me back up and I'll be in profit in that. And I'm totally fine with that. Anyway, listen, I hope you all have an amazing weekend. Put the stock market away. Turn your phones off, your computers off, anything having to do with the stock market. Just shut it down. The stock market's closed, right? We've got another hour and a half it's closed. Not much can happen in the hour and a half. Well, at least I hope I say that. But you know what? Just enjoy your weekend. And listen, if this is your first time being here, thank you so much for jumping onto a video. Hit the subscribe button, hit that like button, and hit that notification bell so you'll be notified every time I upload a new video. And drop me some comments below. Let me know how you did. Thank you so much for being here. I hope you all have a great weekend. I will be back on Sunday night, 8 p.m. to watch to see if the S&P 500 is going to gap up or gap down and give us some direction for Monday of what's going to happen through the pre-market, overnight, and pre-market into the 9:30 bell on Monday morning. Josh out. Peace.